Okay, so we're going to record your grammar lessons for the week. You may either watch me complete the grammar lessons here, or you can look at the answers to see if you have done them correctly or not. This is entirely up to you. You will have quizzes that are multiple choice through JunoPods, where you will be asked to tell me what the dependent clause is, which means you need to know how to recognize a dependent clause. You need to be able to tell me what the independent clause is, what the independent clause's verb is, if there are any direct objects, and all of these will be multiple choice, but you're going to have to know how to parse these sentences out. So if you want to just look at the screenshots that are going to be put in as pictures, you may check your answers. I would suggest you start there trying to do these on your own in pencil, not in pen, and then make sure that you know what you're doing. So let's do number 6 through 10 since we already did 1 through 5. This is adjective clause, adverb clause, and noun clause. So you have to know how the noun clause is being used. You have to mark it if it's adjective or adverb so that you, by marking it as a modifier. But if it is a noun clause, you have to tell me if it is object of the preposition use, subject use, or direct object use. So we have to know all of these different ways of doing these things. So number 6, after lunch, we thought that we would go to the movie. Prepositional phrases, verbs, thought, would go, okay, relative pronouns or subordinating conjunctions. There's the word that. And we start our dependent clause right there. Where are we going to end this dependent clause? We're going to end this. Let me hit the focus button and see if it'll do it a little better here. Okay. We're going to end it at the end of the sentence. All right. Can I take it out? I can take it out, but anytime it's right after that main clause, the main verb, I'm going to always ask the question, what? To make sure it's not a direct object. So after lunch, we thought what? And then is this what they thought? Yes. So this whole thing is direct object. So you could either box it if you feel like you're talented enough to do that, or you can just write direct object over here. Okay. Now find all subjects, verbs, objects to make sure we complete it. So we thought and we would go, and we don't have a direct object in this direct object noun clause. Okay, number 7, how you feel about yourself determines your self-esteem. Prepositional phrases about yourself. Verbs, feel, determines. Okay, relative pronoun or subordinating conjunction. How, where are we going to end this one? We definitely have to have it end before this second main verb because we need a main verb that just stays independent. So the dependent clause ends there. All right, can I take this out of the sentence? Determines your self-esteem. I cannot take it out, so I know it's a noun clause. And this is in front of the main verb, but it's not an object of the preposition, so this whole thing is a subject. So you can either write it over here, it is a noun clause serving as a subject, or you can just underline it as I did. Then fill in the subject, verbs, objects for both the dependent clause and the independent clause. Dependent clause has a subject you. This whole thing is the subject for this verb. So what determines your self-esteem? How you feel about yourself. Subject determines your self-esteem. Determines what? Self-esteem. Oh, we can probably do both of those, yeah. Self-esteem. Okay. Number 8, policemen who devote their lives to fighting crime are admirable. Prepositional phrases. To fighting crime. This is actually a participle in the middle there, which is just an adjective in the middle of your prepositional phrase. Verbs. Devote. Are. Okay. Relative pronouns, subordinating conjunction. Who. Where do I end the dependent clause? At the comma. Okay. Can I take it out? Policemen. Let me use my little booklet here. Policemen are admirable. Yes, I can take it out. So I know that this is modifier. So I have to mark it as a modifier. I can't just leave it blank. And then policeman is an independent clause. So the independent clause is here and here. Policemen are admirable. The dependent clause is between the two squiggles. Who is a relative pronoun that also serves as the subject. You don't have to underline that, but I think it's a good habit to, because it's a relative pronoun that takes the place of the subject noun. Who devote what? Lives. Okay. Number 9, the teacher said that our success depends on our effort. Prepositional phrases. On our effort. Verbs. Said. Verbs. Success depended. Okay. Relative pronoun or subordinating conjunction. That. Okay. All right. Where do I end it? The end of the sentence sounds good to me. Can I take it out? Yes, the teacher said. However, I'm going to look right here and notice that it's right after the main verb of the independent clause. So again, just like on number 6, I'm going to ask the question, what? Okay. So if this whole thing answers the question what, then this whole thing is a direct object, and you can either box it or write direct object to the side. All right, subject verbs. Teacher said, success depended. It's a direct object noun clause. We're done. Number 10, tomatoes which are grown in water are called hydroponic. Prepositional phrases. Verbs are grown and are called. Okay. Relative pronoun subordinating conjunction. Which. Where do I end it? Water. Okay. Can I take it out? Tomatoes are called hydroponic. Yes, I can take it out. So I know that it is a modifier clause. Okay. The independent clause is out here. Tomatoes are called what? Hydroponic. And then we don't have any subject verb in here except the which is a relative pronoun serving as a subject, so we can underline that. Okay? That is 6 through 10, and we'll make another recording for the next section.